I really kind of lay out that argument and talk about what slave life was really like. I have been protested, I have been kicked out of restaurants, I have been assaulted because I go around with a very simple message, which is that bad things happen to everyone. But a victim mentality is not something that you should possess because a bad thing happens to you. This has earned me the title of being called anti-Black, anti-LGBT. I have been called a Nazi sympathizer, among other things, because I have this idea that if we don't accept ourselves as oppressed and we accept ourselves as the victor of our experiences, if every single person in the world woke up with confidence and said, I can do it and I can contribute, and my life, my birth has meant something, it means something to this world, and I'm going to contribute something, you would see naturally that government would shrink. That when people were faced with problems, they wouldn't run to an arbitrary welfare system. They would turn to their communities and they would nurse themselves back to health. That's what you would see. And that is why I believe in my heart that I have been considered a threat to the left and to the establishment.
Bad things happen to all of us, and at some point, the world will do its best to bring you down. But what you can't do is let yourself have a victim mentality. Don't categorize yourself as a person who is oppressed, but rather make yourself into the champion of your own life experiences. If you learn how to wake up with confidence and to know that you will make a difference in the world, then your simple existence will mean something. You learn through your experiences, but what lessons you gain from those experiences is based on you. True happiness doesn't rely on the quick dopamine hits you may get from social media or the validation of others. It comes from doing what you believe in and sticking to your own beliefs. You can choose to dwell in the past, or you can look to the future. Change your victim mentality to that of a victor mentality and move forward. You can't allow yourself to use the struggles of the past to influence you in the present. Fight the battles that are relevant to your current journey to success, instead of focusing on issues that have never affected you in the first place. Many people come from underprivileged beginnings. Regardless of where you started, don't use them as an excuse as to why you can't get ahead in life. Use your individual talents to make yourself into your own person and put in the work it takes to succeed. You are the only person who can change the outcome of your future. Knowing you have personally done what it takes to create your own success is far more rewarding than having it handed to you. When life knocks you down, get back up and don't let it keep you down. Failures happen, but don't let them stop you.
You know what I always say? Experiment with both and tell me what makes you feel better. And that is the truth when it comes to young women, because I dedicated my first episode to young women and really talking to them about these are the options that are being presented to you. Do the most to get attention, right? If you think that that's freedom, the idea that you have to wear less, do you really think that's a form of freedom? Because that's not. That's slavery. That's bondage. And these women will realize that when you follow these people that are, self-imposed feminists, I'm a feminist, I do this, I'm a feminist, you hear that word over and over and over again, you'll find that the majority of them are miserable. Look at their lives and ask yourself a question. Do you think they are happy? Do you feel good when you do what they do, right? When you're constantly looking for a dopamine hit from social media and you want someone in your comments going, oh, slay bae, slayed the day bae, hashtag Tuesdays, am I right? And you do the stuff for attention and you're devaluing yourself, and at the end of the day, you don't actually feel good and it's not going to bring you happiness, right? What is happening right now in the Black community, you're going to hear it in this room first. There is an ideological civil war happening. Black people that are focused on their past and shouting about slavery, and Black people that are focused on their futures, okay? That's really what it comes down to. I can guarantee you what you're seeing happening is victim mentality versus victor mentality. There's no doubt in my mind. I can tell you right now who is going to be better off. When we look 20 years, when we look at the faces in this room, who is going to be better off are the girls that are sitting right here and across this room, because they don't have your mentality. Victim mentality is not cool. I don't know why people like being oppressed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, which, by the way, none of you guys lived through. Your grandparents did, and it's embarrassing that you utilize their history and you come in here with more emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. More emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. It's embarrassing. You're not living anything right now. You're overly privileged Americans. It's what's going on.
I'm the person that you're talking about. You're imagining it. I lived it, right? So I told you I came from absolutely nothing. My mom was one of 9 brothers and sisters, 5 of them which grew up in prison. I grew up visiting my uncles in prison. I can't even an abusive home, and had the entire world was against me. I defied incredible odds because I live in a free market society and a capitalist society, and I didn't turn to the government to fix it. I didn't blame the white man. I didn't blame the rich man. I didn't blame the tall man. I decided to figure out what it is that I can contribute to society, what I'm good at, and I buckled down and I worked hard. There is no substitute for hard work. And socialist is a creed that makes you think that there is somehow. Like now, hey Candace, you didn't start in the same place that Charlie started in. He's white, he's straight, he's male, he grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, so you should be able to take from him and start your life better, and that's not true. And let me also say something. It's much more rewarding. Do you know how much better I feel today sitting up here knowing that I did it by myself and I didn't have someone out there virtue signaling for me saying take something from Charlie and give it to Candace? That is what a free market, free society allows. You can come from absolutely nothing and make something of yourself. My grandfather did the exact same thing. He started his life on a sharecropping farm. You want to talk about systemic inequality? It was blacks only, whites only, had KKK shooting into his home at night, and had his first job when he was 5 years old laying out tobacco to dry. Now my grandfather lives on that sharecropping farm as the owner of it. That's what America is all about. That's what free markets and capitalism is all about, and that's why I do what I do.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content.